I saw. Is AJ Lee showing up in WWE? Let's talk about it. Ah. Okay, listen, me, crazy, life's crazy. I meant to make a video on this yesterday, but then stuff got in the way. Didn't know until this morning that apparently, well, not allegedly, it happened. It got leaked on WWE Shop. AJ Lee merch got leaked on WWE Shop. I'm still gonna give you all of the things that I have written down about her coming back and what could possibly be happening. To answer one question everyone keeps asking me, no, I'm not going to Chicago to see the show. I don't want to spend the money on it. I don't want to drive to Chicago. I'm an hour and a half away. It takes 2.5 hours on Friday. Hard pass. RIP to whoever that happened to if it was a legit mistake. Like that sucks. That really sucks. But it's been the #1 question that everybody has been asking me. Is AJ Lee returning? Is she not returning? Is it gonna be somebody else? Blah, 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 blah. And I had all of these thoughts. But let's stick to what just happened with it being leaked. If that is the case, if it was a mistake, her merch was leaked, it is possible that if the plan was for her to show up on Friday, that it's not going to happen now. We may never actually know. I think someone was telling me about a report from Sean Ross Sapp where Sean was saying that, yeah, but it was reported, but no one is, I don't know. We might not ever actually have an answer to that question, but it is a 50-50 shot. It is hearsay at this point whether or not she freaking shows up on Friday. Could that have been the plan? Yes. We're gonna have to wait and see until Friday. I don't know. My entire argument was going to be that everyone is telling me how obvious this is. Like, oh, this is so obvious. Like, of course, AJ Lee is showing up on Smackdown. They're leading to it. Like, why else would they have Becky and Seth put together? Why else would they be doing this? Why else would they be doing this, right? Like, following all of these clues. My argument has been that sometimes they lead you clues or leave you clues to end you somewhere that they want you to be, but it might not be the obvious answer. What I mean by that is they could have been alluding that AJ Lee was going to be showing up on Friday and then it not happen. And I did see a lot of you saying that. A lot of you were saying like, no, I don't think that AJ Lee is showing up. It's too obvious. I think it might be Rhea Ripley because Rhea was seen talking to Punk. And that's very much a possibility as well. Again, we don't know. If you're new to my content, if you've never watched my streams before, I'm not really 100% kind of girly. I'm not even really a big speculation girly. I'm not gonna give you a confident answer based on clues because the entire premise of professional wrestling is a story. And I know people love using the wrestling terminology, so let's use the word work. I hate when people make real life situations works, or they speculate that they're works, but who's to say everything isn't? You never 100% actually know unless it's confirmed or denied. My argument for that is WWE knows we're smart. They know that there's speculation. They know that people pay attention to what's happening. They know that everything that happens is going to get out there. There is absolutely no way they didn't know they were hinting at AJ Lee returning on Friday. So that is a part that trips me up a little bit when people are like, oh, aren't you mad that it got leaked? Were they not completely pointing you in that direction? Were they not completely making you think that? France was chanting AJ Lee. They did it multiple times to the point where Becky responded and was like, well, of course, you goofs, you pointing out or chanting for someone that's not even here, doesn't even work here. And think about all of the times that we made up returns in our heads where things weren't even teased. The amount of times that we've speculated Brock Lesnar coming back when we barely had him on our radar for SummerSlam. I didn't have him on the radar at all, but that's besides the point. Brock has been brought up for every single PLE since he's been away, gone, whatever. We're not talking about that. The amount of times on broadcast they use the word beast though, and then it never actually happened. Sometimes I almost feel like these little Easter eggs are dropped and they allude to it just to get your hopes up, and then maybe Boy Who Cried Wolf multiple times and then gets off of your radar. So that maybe later down the line, they could have AJ Lee show up and it be a proper surprise. But that's my fanatical, crazy criminal mind's mind of like going down a crazy rabbit chase. And I know, CM Punk, he said tremendous. He said tremendous that when Adam Pearce is like, Smackdown's in Chicago, home sweet home. And Punk goes, tremendous. And everyone's like, he said, pulled that out of left field, but hey, you never know. He's a tremendous, Mendez. Yeah. Mendez, get it? There has been speculation of AJ Lee returning before with really zero merit besides her husband being the one to tease it in his Instagram stories. This man is a certified A+ troll. I think he really enjoys making people think that AJ is coming back because obviously a lot of people want that. There was speculation of her being at the Royal Rumble when there really wasn't a lot of teasing. I think Survivor Series last year, we could go on all day long about all the things we speculated on that haven't happened. Majority of the time that there is a popular rumor that someone is returning, majority of the time it does not happen. I watch every PLE. I'm here every week, man. Trust me. There's a lot of times where everyone's wrong. And then in setting your own expectations, in setting your own rumors and believing that something is happening that we really don't know, you let yourself down. You set yourself up for failure and then people are upset. I can't believe the amount of people and the idea that, oh, well, if this doesn't happen, I am going to be really mad at WWE. If AJ Lee doesn't show up, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to stop watching. How dare they swerve the fans like this? How dare they get our hopes up? And it's so hypocritical. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes the point of professional wrestling or just anything in general is for things to be a swerve. I love being duped. I love being wrong in certain situations, not like factual things, but storylines, things that are fun, like pro wrestling. I want to be surprised. I want someone to confuse me. Keep me on my toes, you know what I'm saying? So it seems so very childish and silly to have a visceral, angry reaction if AJ Lee doesn't show up. How dare WWE do this to me? I want her to show up too. The other question in every live right now, do you want AJ Lee to show up? Absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. I will not lie to you. Just like I said when CM Punk returned at Survivor Series and my reaction got put on WWE and they haven't left my footage alone for 2 years. I'm sorry, I love you guys, kind of. I did not have an attachment to Punk. I did not have an emotional attachment to Punk. For those of you, again, that are new to me and don't know, I quit watching wrestling in 2007 when I went into high school, and I started watching again in 2016. So in real time, I did not watch the Summer of Punk. I didn't even see the John Cena Punk feud. Now, I knew it was happening. I clued in here and there, but it's not something I followed closely. The same goes for AJ Lee. The same goes for that entire era of divas. Now, of course, in working in wrestling the last few years, I have caught up. I know enough of the lore. I've seen and watched a lot of their work. There are some matches of AJ's that I am going to watch and catch up on. And I think that she is insanely amazing. She seems like just someone that I think is a good woman to look up to in the entertainment industry, not just the pro wrestling industry. Her advocacy for mental health, I could go on. We could have a whole thing about AJ Lee, but I am not a AJ Lee stan. I'm not somebody that followed her career closely and is going to really crash out emotionally for her. I don't know what my reaction will be to it at this point because there's been so much speculation on it. That's the thing about reacting in real time is I post what I react. So now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. But I don't like to overanalyze things. That's why I don't like to really list everything out and weigh the possibilities, because then it makes my reactions inauthentic, and believe it or not, mine are real. Now, in what I've gotten to know about AJ Lee and in becoming as big of a CM Punk fan as I am, I adore her. I adore them. I think that she's phenomenal. I want to read her book. So I will be excited. If she doesn't show up, it's going to be okay. And I think that's what I'm least looking forward to. In the event that she doesn't show up, I'm so tired. Aren't you guys tired of the internet? Like, are you tired of the complaining and the over this and the over the just shut up. Like, the sky's not gonna fall if AJ Lee doesn't show up on Friday. The sky's not gonna fall if you feel like WWE wronged you for leading you to believe this. Dude, they made you believe that, well, kind of. Seth Rollins really hurt his knee and was on crutches, and then showed up at SummerSlam and took Punk's title. Oh, man, they got us. They got us, didn't they? When you were talking about it, since it happened. What do you mean they got you? There was a speculation that he really wasn't hurt. They really got you. Like, make it make sense. I get so confused, you know? Now, if it's not AJ, there is other names. Let's say it's not AJ that shows up. AJ doesn't show up at all after the leak. The leak that could have been a fabricated leak. We won't actually know for sure. Rhea Ripley, maybe. Roxanne Perez, doubtful, maybe. Someone told me Cora Jade, doubtful, maybe. Best case scenario, Danhausen. Danhausen coming to the aid of Pepsi Phil. Let me tell you, cinema. That'd be the greatest thing to happen in the history of ever. It'd be the greatest Chicago moments, a greatest moment at the Allstate Arena. That looks like a White Castle. But Wheezy, Danhausen's contract isn't up until 2026. Listen, let me have fun for once. And also just open your minds to the fact that anything can happen at any given time. Card subject to change. Plans swerve. Things happen. They are used to that. They can flip things on a dime. Sometimes it can be good. Sometimes it could be bad. There was a period of time where Punk is never going to come back to the WWE. There was a time Punk was never going to come back to pro wrestling. Look at where we are. Never say never in this world. Never be so confident that things could really actually surprise you. Like I said, I will be tuning in to Smackdown on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't have a definitive answer for you. I can't say whether I think she's showing up regardless of the leak. I can't tell you whether I think the leak was real. I can't tell you how I feel about it because I'm just sometimes that indifferent, and I've had to be that way, and I implore you to maybe sometimes try it. There's nothing wrong with being really invested. Don't get me wrong. There is a place for criticism. There's a place for really diving in and getting into the nitty-gritty and all of that. And it's just not what I do. And I would like you to understand that that's okay. And maybe not to expect a lot of that from me. You will get to hear my wheels just turning like that and weighing all of those possibilities. I just don't have a strong, yeah, she's showing up. No, she's not. I have my takes, but we talk about them on stream, and all the real serious ones are over on the Patreon. Please be sure to follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, and Patreon. Patreon has exclusive content that you don't see anywhere else. I got another video up.